Hi everybody, it's Crystal. Welcome to my channel, Bagoday Crochet. Thank you for joining me. That is my dog Doug on the chair. I think it was our last time. So people were asking who he was, in case you don't know. That is Doug. He is a standard poodle. He is one of my 6 dogs. He's extremely smart and more human-like than any of my other dogs that I have. He prefer to be around the people in the house over the dogs. I don't know why. I guess because he's a poodle. I don't know. But yes, that's Doug. Okay. I have some yarn to show you guys. Want to talk about some yarn? Let's talk about some yarn. First off, I do have a tutorial for this hat. You can find that on my YouTube channel. Underneath my playlist of hats. There's probably like 150 hats at least. Tutorials. This is my Quicksilver beanie. You'll be able to find that easily there. And this sweater here I got at Walmart. This is for $5 on clearance. So there is no tutorial for that. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, I was going to show you. Did you guys see? I put a video on it, but some of you might not have seen it because YouTube does not notify everybody. Everybody does not have their... My dogs are weird. Everybody does not have their notifications turned on. So I was going to show you this. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you didn't. But it's just a little updated version of a tutorial that I have. So maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't. But this is for those who haven't. Now I have a video on my channel called the Matrix Blanket. Alright, that's what this is. This is actually mosaic crochet. A lot of people are familiar with what's known as overlay mosaic crochet because that is the most common, but this is actually inset mosaic crochet. Now the difference between the two, for the most part for me, is when you do overlay mosaic, you're working with one row at a time, and you have to clip at the end of every row. You don't turn your work. And you go back to the beginning with a different color, and you're working like in one loop, going back, clipping, you don't turn, you know what I'm talking about. And you got a bunch of tails to hide. Either that, or you have to make some type of envelope border to hide the tails. This being inset mosaic, there are no tails to hide because you're working with the same color, but you're working it 2 rows. So you actually go down once with the same color and you turn your work and go back the other way. So when you add your new color on, you can just carry up your color up the row as you go. I show it in the video on how to do that. And then you could just put a border on it and hide those carry up tails. There's no, yeah, it's, so, yes, this will teach you inset mosaic crochet if you do not know it. I love a mosaic crochet in any form. I love overlay mosaic, like I said, which is probably the most common. I do not prefer, that is not my preferred method to crochet. Mine is inset because I do not like hiding tons of tails, nor do I like, I'm not a fan of making an envelope border to hide those. I mean, I could do it, sure, and I have done it, but I think inset works just fine for me. Same on both sides. Yeah, you guys want to learn it? Anyway, so this is, I had a tutorial for this blanket, right, on my channel, made in a 4-weight yarn. Now, this is an updated version made with a 3-weight yarn. It's a lot lighter, and it's extremely beautiful. I did put the video link below on the changes you would need to make for that. Now, this is actually... There's a free tutorial for this, all right? It's free on my YouTube channel. But Mary Maxim did put it in a kit. There you go. The yarn that was used for this particular blanket is their Mary Maxim Mellow Spun DK and Premier Color Fusion DK. But remember, you go to the tutorial. You don't have to get this. But this one does have a written pattern. But the tutorial, I have no written pattern other than that one. But the tutorial is free, so please, you can use any DK yarn that you want. takes 2 colors. So one is a variegated and one is the solid black. So I just wanted to mention that. I really like this one. And remember, you can make it in a 4-weight as well, because I do have the 4-weight version. But I just wanted to show you this one. I like both the 4-weight version and this 3-weight version, both of them. But I'll tell you the truth, I think I prefer the 3-weight because it's lighter. I enjoy the colors of this one. Although, you know, you can choose any color you want. And if you do decide that to get that Mary Maxim, they have other colors you could choose from. But I remember this, I just love this one, the colors in this one. All right, enough. I talked about that too long. I just want to tell you about that. That a lot of people didn't know that was mosaic. Yes, it is. It is. The Bagoday does teach mosaic every once in a while. Inset is what I prefer to teach. I have some inset mosaic stitches as well. You can find them on my YouTube channel. All right. One day I'll go over the different types of mosaic. How about that? I'll do sample swatches of them, and then really go over the difference of them. That was just a short explanation on that. Okay, I'm gonna move on. So I got some yarn to show you. Oh, first off, I want to show you something too. It's yarn. So last week I got I don't know if it was last week, week before, could have been a couple weeks ago. I don't remember. I got some mystery boxes from Aberdine Wolves in Canada. You guys might remember them because I've opened mystery boxes from them a couple times. And I really like their mystery boxes. They're well worth what they ask. Anyways, I opened some mystery boxes from them a couple weeks ago. I don't remember when it was, but one of them had this yarn in it. If you know anything about me, I love brown. Brown is my favorite color. And ombre yarns like this, that slowly fade, are one of my favorite types of yarn. Next to solid, ombre is my second. And I saw this and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. I have to find some more, right? This is what it is. It's so stinking pretty. Obviously, because I love brown and I love the ombre effect. Oh, it's so nice. It's 306 yards, 90 merino, and 10% nylon, and it's a chain spun yarn. So I don't remember if I got 1 or 2 balls in my mystery. I might have only got 1. I can't remember. But anyways, there it is. It's chain spun. It's gorgeous. It's lightweight. It's beautiful. I want to make a beautiful something for summer with this. I know how it's wool. Wool's good for summer, and one day I'll make a video explaining that, how it is superior to cotton and bamboo during the summer. One day I'll make a video on that as well. But I know besides that, the point of this is I got this in one of my mystery bags from them a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, oh gosh, I really love this. I liked it a lot, and I said I was gonna try to find some more, figuring that it was a discontinued yarn. Well, lo and behold, Aberdeen's, they must have watched my video because they sent me, thank you so much if you're watching, I do appreciate it. They sent me 5 balls of it that they had left to congratulate me on hitting 1 million subscribers. I want to say a big thank you to Aberdeen Wolves. I mean, how kind was that? I did not even know that they watched my videos. I had no idea, but I guess they must have saw that because I was saying that I was going to try to find some more. And in my email one day last week or something, I seen that it said an order from Aberdeen to ship. I'm like, wait a minute, I already opened that. What's going on? And then I got a message saying that they had these 5 and they were sending them to me. Thank you so much. How kind is that? See, that's a yarn. That's a yarn company. Now, Aberdeen Wolves in Canada. That is going above and beyond anything that they had to do. They did not have to do that for me at all. I mean, I could have found the yarn, I'm certain, but they took it upon themselves to be kind and send me what they had because they seen me opening it and saying that that I liked it, and I wanted to find some more because this brown is ombre. It's my favorite. It's a beautiful yarn, and they sent me what they had as you know, because I hit 1 million subs. Thank you, Aberdeen Wolves. And as always, I will always recommend your store. You have some of the best mystery boxes that are always well worth the money that I pay. If you have not checked them out, please do. Now, they didn't do this for me to open it on camera. You know what I mean? I always say there's some yarn companies that they do things for you, but they don't expect anything in return. This would be one of them. They did this without the expectation of anything. They just wanted to be kind and congratulate me. And they knew that I wanted this yarn. They didn't ask me to open on camera. I doubt they even thought that I would. But I wanted to give credit where credit is due. When a yarn company deserves credit, they deserve credit. And I like to give it to them. Aberdeen Wolves, excellent in my book. But then again, you always were. I always say how well I think your mystery boxes are worth what I paid. As a matter of fact, for you sending me that as a thank you, I'm going to go purchase some of your mystery boxes. You guys, remember, I have never had a bad mystery box from them. They've always exceeded the price of what they're asking. So, thank you very much for that. Okay, I'm going to move on now. I'll put a link to their shop below. Remember, they're located in Canada. All right, up next is, okay, this, man, this, now this is from a fiber mill in the United States. I've purchased from them one other time, and they are also the fiber mill that I use when I know it's going to be gross. Some people are going to be like, that's gross. But I'll take my poodle's hair and have it spun into yarn. And this is a fiber company that'll do it for me. I also have three other doodle mixes that I have going to be sending there as well to have their hair spun into yarn. I had Doug's hair spun into yarn, and I had a sweater knitted out of it, and I have a hat made out of it. It's actually quite awesome, truthfully. It's not disgusting. Some people think that's so gross. But have you ever seen what sheep and alpaca look like? How dirty they are before they become yarn. They clean the wool. My dog is clean already, but they clean it again and they steam it, and they do all kinds of stuff to clean it. It's not gross, trust me. But anyways, yes, Blue Mountain Fibers. They are the one who spun my dog's hair into yarn, and they also sell yarn. Now they don't sell. It's yarn that they have. They have their own animals, so they spit it and stuff like that themselves. So it's like a small yarn mill in the United States. They do their own, their own stuff. And I always love to support small yarn companies when I can. And this being a fiber mill is exceptional because they raise their own animals here. And they take the fleece from them and spin it themselves. How exciting. How exciting. Oh my gosh. So some of this, I didn't get a lot, but I wanted to get more, but I was low on funds. All right. What is this? Ooh, thank you for ordering from our farm store again. Oh, they remembered me. Okay. I didn't get a lot, like I said, but I did get something that maybe you guys might remember. Check out our new wool fertilizer pellets used with waste wool from our fiber mill. I mean, look at the again, I'm going to be talking forever. Many of you will know this. If not, I used to be a landscape designer, all right? So I know an extremely, a lot about plants, especially ones, in my area. And I know a lot about fertilizers, and I always say I have two green thumbs, and nothing dies. No planet ever dies on Bagoday's watch. because I'm very good with plants. That's another thing, that a gift that I was given. I can make anything grow to its full potential. That's cool, but and I do like to use natural fertilizers if at all possible. Sometimes though, I do have to use things for bugs. But let's see what the nitrogen and phosphate and recommended on use of gardens, Christmas trees, fruit trees, potted plants. Delivered from a wool manure. It's rabbit and sheep manure. Okay. So this is from their fiber mill. They have Angoras and they have sheep and stuff, which you'll see here, that they take their yarn from, or they take the fleece from, and they are an excellent caring. They take care of their animals, so you don't have to worry about any mistreating going on here. Okay, I like this. I don't know if you know anything about fertilizer. This is good. I will check this out on your site. Thank you for showing this, because it is of interest to me. Probably not to many people, but I love gardening. I used to talk about it a lot on my other channel, but I don't do it anymore, unfortunately. But I did get my this would be great, as they mentioned, for gardens and whatnot. I would not use it for flowering plants, as it does not have what I need for an abundance of blooms. But yes, it would work well for potted plants, green plants, and gardens and whatnot like that. Excellent. Thank you for sharing this. I will look into this. I like how it's natural and everything like that. I mean, some fertilizers are not. So that's nice. Thank you very much. I'm gonna check that out. I didn't go over like the nitrogen and phosphate levels, because this isn't a garden channel. Now, if I had a garden channel, definitely I would talk to you about that all day long, and about flowers, and I would show you all my trees and all my flowers and everything. I mean, I get annual flowers here, and people will stop me wherever I'm at and ask me how my flowers are so dang big, because you can see them from a mile away. They get like 6 or 8 feet long. That's a secret only Bagoday knows. But if I had a garden channel, I would talk about it. I used to, but I don't anymore. Maybe one day, right? I love flowers and plants more than yarn. Believe it or not, it is my passion. It is where I am at peace. Let's look at the yarn. Enough about plants. Let's look at the yarn. Thank you, though, for that. For showing me that. All right. So, this looks interesting. I've gotten this before, and I've talked about it. I think it's such an interesting yarn. All right. Now, this is called their Hodge Podge yarn. All right. And it's what it is. Now, Blue Mountain Fibers, like I said, they mill their own yarn. Oh my gosh, there's some red in here. So look at this. So they call it Hodge Podge. It's a very excellent name, because it's a hodgepodge of fibers that are kind of left over at the end of them doing different runs. You know, like if you go to their site, they'll talk about it more. You know, like I said, they do Angora and different types of, you know, sheep, alpaca, dog, and stuff like that. So this can be a mixture of whatever is left on their mill. That's why it's called Hodge Podge. You never know what you're gonna get in a Hodge Podge tank. I've never got a red one before. That's super cool. So it's a very rustic yarn. Actually, these feel pretty good. It smells so good. I love wool. Hodge Podge. It's 200 yards per hank. It's a 3-ply worsted, so it's a 4-weight yarn. They're saying, and it's made up of 3 different plies. So they're saying that's a 4-weight yarn. Let's look at it. 100% all natural fibers. So it's different types of wool, and it's $12 a hank. That is an extraordinary good price. for me, because I think it's super cool that it's just kind of a mixture hodgepodge, you know. It's an excellent name. I would consider that more of a DK weight if you ask me, but I would say that their weights can probably vary on these hodgepodge. So you notice this one has like browns and grays and whatnot in it. It feels pretty good. Maybe this one had some Angora with it. You don't know, you know. You don't really know what you're going to get in a hodgepodge. I will read to you what it says though. No two hanks are alike, all right? We try to be as zero waste of a mill as we possibly can. We try to use everything. And that's why we started to create the hodgepodge hank. If you are running a lot of alpaca in the mill at the time of a hodgepodge run, you'll see that in your yarn. If we are running on wool rotation, you'll see the story of the wool runs we process unfold in the creation that you're knitting or crocheting. Each ball is different, but it's unique form of processing history from our mill. That is super, super cool. So it shows what it kind of looks like laid out, what it could like. Remember, no two balls, no two hanks are going to be the same. I see some on their side with blue in it. So this one's actually pretty soft. You never know, you know, what was ran. And here's another one. See how they look? They look different, you know. Color red one, and it's such a good deal. I like that red. I've never received a red before. Oh. That's like red and brown mix. Nice. So I got 12 of these. I've always wanted to make something with them. I always end up giving them away. That was more of a black. So I've gotten these of all sorts of colors. Grays and, well, neutral colors. Grays and browns and different colors of browns and blacks and... But I've never received, oh, and I had some that had sparkle in it one time, a couple times actually. So you never know what you're going to get when it comes to hodgepodge. This actually makes you want to get more just looking at it. Just the excitement of not knowing what your hank's going to look like. You could put them all together and make a hodgepodge blanket, kind of like the crazy quilt. You know how they make crazy quilts back in the day? I love crazy quilts, man. From like, I mean the early crazy quilts from the end, you know, turn of the century, where they had little pieces of fabric and, you know, they just sew them together in all different sorts. You can make a hodgepodge blanket with all different sorts of fabric, yarn. It's so cool. Okay, every hank comes from different fiber, from different animals, from different areas of the country. As we fill orders for our customers using the fibers they send us, we work very hard to return as much as possible back to them. As we create 2, 3, and 4 ply yarns, we often left with residual amounts of yarn on our bottoms that build up over time. When they are built up, we clean them off by applying them together to create hodgepodge. Every skein is unique. Some might come from a prized fleece that may have won a prize at the local county fair. Some fibers might come from Rainy, a beloved Samoyed pup who grew her fibers to be used combined with other merino to create a lovely 3-ply DK yarn that was used for knitting gloves for an Alaskan ski team. That's so cool. Oh, it says recently they processed fiber from a breed of sheep that are in danger of extinction. It could be alpaca, Balenza merino, bison. You never know. Enjoy the stories of the hodgepodge. You can read more about it on their website. I don't want to. And it comes with a little story with their yarn. I love this stuff. I've had it before, and I think $12 is extremely reasonable. I know it's kind of just like, you know, a hodgepodge of mixed fibers. Natural fibers, of course, like wool. But I like that, you know. You never know what you're going to get, right? All right, I just got a little bit more here to show you from them. I didn't get a lot. I wish I would have got more. Okay, so besides the Hodge Podge, I noticed something else on their site. I don't know if I've ever bought it before from them, but you know what? I bought it this time. This is, let's see. Okay, this is Angora, the rabbit. It says a beautiful blend of 50% Angora and 50% merino wool DK, which is a lightweight number 3. The Angora is harvested from their own show quality Angora rabbits and provides natural character with a haloing effect to the yarn, while the merino provides the memory to help shape your finished product. It is a soft, squishy blend of yarn that knits up like butter on your needles. All right, I am a big fan of Angora, but I'm very particular where I buy it from. There's actually one person that I will buy 100% Angora from because I know it is humanely processed. It's very, very, it's limited because the man brushes his Angora, and that's how he gets the fiber. He does not shear them. This is processed, it's humanely, it's their rabbits, it's their show rabbits. They're show rabbits, they show them at the fairs and whatnot. So, and this is made 50% from their fleece and 50% merino. And it's nice. It feels soft. Yeah, that is garment worthy wool. Now, will I say it's very soft? Is it as soft as 100% Angora? No, it's not, because it's not 100%. It's 50%. But it has merino in it, which is also soft. So it's soft in a different way. It's very buttery soft, like they said. They're not lying. And they're calling this a DK weight. There we go. I will agree with that. That is a very nice DK weight yarn. You wouldn't be disappointed in this. This is a hand wash hank only. 200 yards, and it is $25 a hank. Again, some of you will think that's expensive. I think that they are harvesting this from their own farm animals, which they take care of. They have to pay to feed them and take care of them. They harvest their fleece and then they spin it themselves. So you have to take that all in account. You're helping a small business in the United States, a small fiber mill. And yes, it's beautiful and worth $25 to me. Here's another one. Ooh, that's nice. All right, and I got it in another color, which is the same as the gray, only it's tan. It's not bad yarn. It's actually quite nice. I like it. There it is. I like that. That's I would definitely wear that against my skin. Ooh, I like it. All right. And then they had, what else did they have? Oh, okay. They had one called Sari Silk. Sari, S-A-R-E. S-A-R-E. I don't know what that is. I'll read it. Okay. All right. This special blend consists of Pennsylvania Farm Show Collection grown wool. So yes, it's their show animals. This is a blend of Winsdale, Cordell, I don't think I ever say that right, wool, with fun pops of Sari Silk. S-A-R-E. It's the silk. Okay, it's a DK yarn / heavy worsted. 90% wool and 10% of the silk. Hand wash, lay flat. All right, let's look at it. So I got one. They had two colors. I got one of each. All right, so this is a bit grabby of a wool. I was certain that it was because I know that type of wool. It smells good. They sell other things there, like, they sell like they have a honey farm there, and they make all kinds of stuff, their own jellies and jams and stuff, all kinds of stuff. Check it out. I bought some of that stuff before. Smell like lavender. Yes, they have lavender. I recommend their lavender syrup. It's excellent. Anyways, this is what this is. So they're saying that's a DK heavy worsted. All right, let's check it out. Yeah, that's not, I think I would not even consider that a DK unless some spots it might hit a DK. Remember, this is a fiber mill that spins their own yarn from their own flocks. Yeah, that's 4-weight yarn. Nice. So, and there's the little pops of color is the silk. So I only got one of each because I knew that it was going to be a grabby yarn because of the wool that it is. I would wear a scarf out of it, but I have no wool sensitivity at all. If you have even a little bit of a wool sensitivity, I would not recommend wearing it against your skin unless you want to make a cardigan or something or a sweater and wear a shirt underneath it. That would be okay. Other than that, I'm going to make a hat out of this. That's what I bought it for. And I also had it in this green, and I bought that for a hat as well. So you see the pops of color in it. Hat making material for Bagoday. Oh, and this is $25 a ball. Please do remember, Hank, please do remember, this is from their own farm. They spin it themselves. All right, so it's just, it is what it is. I have one more yarn to show you. This one is hand-dyed wool yarn. I don't know, it feels too bad. It's not as grabby as the other one. Oh, it just smells like lavender or something. I don't know why. I mean, I know why, because they grow lavender and make stuff out of it, but it's just an excellent place. Blue Mountain Farm and Fiber Mill. You should check it out. They're super nice, too. Super nice. Spun up my dog's yarn. That's nice. I like that. So, this is not as soft as the Angora, but softer than the last one that I just showed you. I would wear it against my skin. If you don't have too bad of a wool sensitivity, I think you would be able to wear it against your skin. But if you're like super sensitive to wool, probably not. But it's still pretty soft, if you ask me. This is it's 100% blue-faced luster wool. It's $15 a ball. The color I have is rose, 250 yards per hank, and they're calling this a DK weight. Of course, I had to get the color rose because that is my daughter, what we call her. Isn't that gorgeous? They have all different colors of this. There's her DK. Nice. Yes, DK weight in my opinion. Excellent. And then I got this brown. Love it. Chocolate. Oh, hat making material for Bod. That is gorgeous. Look at the colors in that brown. That's stunning. I think those two would look mighty fine together if you ask me. But I'll probably make 2 different hats. Love it. So that's all I got. I highly recommend the Blue Mountain Fiber mill. The reason why I highly recommend them, and I'll tell you why. Super nice people. All right, straight up, super extremely nice. They raise their animals. They make the yarn themselves. They are a fiber mill from their own animals, their show animals and whatnot that they show. They have the Hodge Podge, which is, to me, extremely cool. Go to their site and read the story of the Hodge Podge. I actually don't know if they even show this story on their site, but it is an amazing story. What kind of yarns you can get there. Sorry about my dogs. It's super windy. I don't know if you can hear it. We're getting ready to get hit by a storm. So they're barking at the wind, I guess. I don't know. Freddie. Plus, for what their yarn is, I think that their prices are really good, considering, you know, they spin it all themselves and all that kind of stuff, all that jazz. And I want to go back. I want to go back and get some more Hodge Podge because I think it's just so super cool. And they had some other yarn that I wanted to get, some hand spun yarn. This is like mill. They have a mill, you know, that they spin it on. But I seen that they had some hand spun. It was really interesting to me. If it's still there, I'd like to try it. Also, they sell some pretty good food there too. So, like, you know, canned stuff like that. So please check them out. I love them, and I would always highly recommend them. They are as much as I've done, you know, I've bought from them several times, and you know, they spun my dog's fur into yarn. I can't say enough good about them. How long is my video? It's too long. I have some more yarn to show you, but I will definitely show you on my next video, for the purpose of my video not being so long. It was actually pretty cool. I'll show it to you later. Summer Yarn Company, you all know, but it was like it was cool. It's mystery. It's mystery. I'll do that next, okay? So please do check out the Blue Mountain Fiber Mill. Like I say, highly recommended by Bagoday. I'm sorry that I don't do my gardening channel anymore, for those who like that. It's unfortunate, but I had some bad apples, so I don't want to show my home anymore. But I do love to garden. And Aberdeen Wolves, you went above and beyond by sending me that yarn. That was not necessary, but thank you very much for that. Like I said, another example of a yarn company just being nice for no reason. So thank you everybody for watching. Aberdeen Wolves, who sent me that nice yarn without any expectation of me showing it on camera or saying what they did. They just did it to be nice. But once a yarn company does a good deed, I like to tell, you know, I like to tell the good that yarn companies do. And Blue Mountain Farm Fiber Mill, excellent place to support, especially if you like to buy US only yarns. I know a lot of people do. I love their mill. So I'll see you guys on my next video, okay? Sorry I couldn't show you the other one. Oh, and check out the new matrix on my channel. Check it out. Learn some Inset mosaic, all right? Bagoday will show you the way, because it is not hard at all. You single crochet and you chain space. Can you do it? Well, and double? Well, then you can do this. You can do this in any colors that you choose. See you later, guys. Take care, okay?